back to another episode of the Rap and Wrestle podcast. You guys know me. My name is Derek. You can follow Rap and Wrestle on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at Rap and Wrestle. Also, make sure you subscribe on YouTube and Apple Podcasts. Today, got a very special guest with me, the man DJ Danny Ocean. What's good with you, bro? How you doing, man?
What's going on, Derek, man? I appreciate you having me on, brother.
Yeah, of course, man. Of course. This is what we do here on Rap and Wrestle, connecting the worlds of, hip hop and wrestling. And
oh yeah,
you're a big advocate of that. So I know that for sure.
Yes, sir.
We wanted to get you on. So, for the fans who don't know who DJ Danny Ocean is, just tell them who you are and what you do.
All right, I am self-appointed Carolina's favorite fat boy, DJ Danny Ocean, man. I'm from the east side of North Carolina. I've been DJing pretty much my entire life since I was 14 years old, man, and I'm 38 now. So I've got years in it, you know what I'm saying, running up and down the highway with my pops. Shout out DJ Danny B, man. It's my dad. He got me into it at a young age. He was doing it since he was like 20 years old, and he's still going. Pandemic slowed him down a bit, but he's 66 now, and he's still going, still hitting the road, you know what I'm saying? But
that's dope.
But yeah, so like I said, I DJ, I host events, I do concerts and whatnot out my area. Some people know me from DJing for Battle Rap, Smack, URL, and whatnot. Yeah, that's pretty much me, man. I'm a DJ, I'm a gamer, I'm a dad, I'm a husband. That's what I am.
Definitely, I like that. Those good things to be. What made you want to get into DJing? Like what was it? I got some friends that do it, and they got their different reasons that they want to do it. But for you personally, what was it that made you want to get into it?
Like I said, I was literally born into it, man. My dad was doing it before I was born, and well after. So it's like, literally, I'm not even exaggerating when I say 5-6 years old. I was in the clubs, around music all the time. You know what I mean? And seeing my dad connect with the people just by playing music, it was dope to me. Like I said, a lot of DJs obviously get into it for money, women, shit like that. Pardon my language. I curse a lot. But a lot of people.
Good. Don't worry.
Okay, cool. A lot of people get into it for money and women and popularity and stuff like that. But it was like me, I like going into a club and what I'm doing is making these people smile and have fun. You know what I'm saying? I like that vibe. Yeah. I like that type of stuff. I've done a lot of shows just for the love, just because I like doing it. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's legit. That's my favorite thing about DJing for sure. That's why I got into it.
Nice. And at the same time, so how did the love for wrestling start? Was it connections with your father as well, or was it like a totally different path?
Oh, nah. My mom and pops don't watch wrestling whatsoever. My grandma, my grandparents. Every Saturday morning. Every Saturday morning, I never forget. Because my mom and pops and my grandparents literally stay right beside each other. They were neighbors. So every Saturday morning, I would go over to my grandma's house and we would watch. Was it Main Event? I think it was on Saturday mornings. Used to come on.
Yeah.
But. Yeah, every Saturday I was there with her watching, and then my brother got into it. Shout out my brother DJ Bird. He got into it. He used to get the pay-per-views and whatnot, so he used to go to his house and watch those. You know what I'm saying? And I remember the first thing I just remember the most vivid wrestling memory in my mind was when Undertaker debuted, and that was like mind blowing for me. I'm like, yo, this dead guy is fighting people right now. Like in my mind, this was real. I'm like, yo, this guy's dead and he's killing people and putting them in body bags. This is interesting. This is good TV.
Yeah, man. No, the funny thing with the Undertaker, they always show when he first debuted, and it's like kids in the front row crying because they're like, who is this dude, man?
Oh yeah, so, I remember that vividly, man. Every bit of it, I swear.
And it's like, what, 30 years later, and it's like, you could tell me anything you want about wrestling, but you cannot tell me that the Undertaker is not real.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, man. Let me tell you, I went to, my wife actually bought me tickets to WrestleMania 34. I think the 34 is the last one that was in New Orleans, right?
Yeah, yep.
What, Undertaker was Cena was sitting in the crowd. 35 was New York.
Yeah, I think that's 34. Yep.
Cena was sitting in the crowd drinking beers and whatnot. That was when he fought Undertaker and whatnot that night. And I remember, I never forget when that bell tolled and the lights went out I lost my mind, bro.
Oh,
That was
man.
like my
Yeah.
first time seeing
Oh,
that was
man.
like my
Yeah.
first time seeing that version of, I saw the American Badass on the motorcycle and all that, but seeing that dead
Uh-huh.
man Undertaker live, that was a feeling, bro. It's at WrestleMania at that was a feeling. That was a moment for
Dude.
me.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. You know, I've been to a lot of WrestleMania, not a lot of wrestling events, and I've been to WrestleMania here in New Jersey as well.
Nice.
But nothing compares to like an Undertaker entrance, man.
Nothing.
It's
Nothing
just
at
it's
all.
off the charts. It's crazy, man. It's definitely one of the most iconic entrances of all. But now we just had on Sunday, we just had the Royal Rumble. You know, everybody's still buzzing about.
Oh yeah.
You know, all the things that happened in that.
Great event. Great event.
Great event. Yeah. You know,
yeah.
it's so funny for me because with WWE, I feel like TLC was the last good pay-per-view that they did. And I can't even remember the last pay-per-view. I can't even remember the last pay-per-view they did after that because I was just like, what's going on? I think maybe Royal Rumble is the next one. But as soon as they went back into the Raws, I was just like, oh man, what is going on?
Yeah.
Then they killed it with this one. So I'm happy they did it with this. You got a chance to watch. Let's start with let's talk about the title matches. What you thought about Goldberg coming back and again and taking on Drew? What was your thoughts on that match?
Not a fan. Not a fan
Not
whatsoever.
a fan.
You know, and Ali said it on Raw Talk one episode when he was talking about how it's guys in the back not getting shots because they keep bringing back old people like they did Legends Night and whatnot. And I 110% agree with that. There's no reason that Goldberg should be back in a title match in 2001 or 2021. In 2001, yes. I've been okay with it in 2001, but 21, no, I'm good on that. We don't need Goldberg right now. It'd be okay if he came back for some type of gimmicky match with somebody to put somebody over or something, but he's not needed for this anymore, period. That's what it is. But I was honestly, that was like a, I'm chilling on my phone and listening in the background break. I didn't pay much attention to that match. That wasn't the one for me. I wasn't looking forward to that one.
Yeah. Nah, yeah. I don't know. It was kind of like it's just a weird, pointless match, and it seems like Goldberg, he to get title matches, all you gotta do is just walk out and just tell you you're next, and
exactly
he just gets shots at whoever he wants. So
honestly, after
it was kind of crazy.
My bad. I say after the whole thing with the Fiend, that ruined Goldberg for me, and I was like, I can't. Do not bring him back after potentially ruining this great character we got right now, and you're gonna bring Goldberg back to squash him. Come on, man. That was unnecessary.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. So, and then that's my point too. You look at things like that. It's like you had Goldberg squash the Fiend, but he can't beat Drew McIntyre. That doesn't make sense to me. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's like, give us some continuity. Like, what are you
doing right now? Yeah. So, but I will tell you this: it was one of Goldberg's most watchable matches as of late. It wasn't
I agree with that.
I think you could bear with that. He didn't make no mistakes or anything, nothing crazy.
Yeah, because his last few.
At least he got through the match. Yeah. And then the other guys with the Roman and KO, they were doing that last man standing match. That match was like off the charts, man. It was pretty brutal, a lot of crazy stuff, jumping off of stuff.
That was incredible. That was incredible. That match was like one of those edge of my seat, what's gonna happen next matches. KO is by far one of my favorite performers right now, anyway, for the last few years, because he's hilarious. Yeah. He's low-key an asshole, but he's like the likable asshole. You know what I'm saying? But and then Roman, just that character alone right now, this heel Roman is like the greatest thing on TV to me right now. From the moment of him going against Jay and making Jay join him against his will and whatnot, best thing on TV to me. And him and KO's fuse, I felt like it ran its course. So I wasn't expecting much from this match, but it ended up being great. So I was definitely happy about that. A lot of high spots, a lot of that golf cart joint, which Kenny Omega been wilding on Twitter about, saying, they stole it. It's all good. It was a good spot though. But that match was great.
Wrestling is, man. They all steal from each other.
For sure.
But that was a pretty crazy match. I definitely enjoyed that one as well. I mean, we all knew Roman was going to win, but I guess the last man standing part of it was supposed to give us a inkling of thought that he could possibly win or something. I don't know, but we'll go to. I'll save the best for last, and we'll talk about the men's Royal Rumble now. And we saw Edge come back, and we saw Edge win the Men's Royal Rumble. Now, I've seen a lot of mixed emotions on this.
Man,
some people for it, some people against it. What do you think about it?
You know, that's another situation I feel like of old guys coming back and taking new guys' spots. I mean, I felt like this would have been a good year for somebody like Keith Lee to win it. You know, but I mean, I know Mia Yim apparently got COVID and they, you know, they're together or whatever. So maybe that's why he had to sit out of the Rumble. But
yeah,
because there could be no other reason they wouldn't have the best big man in the game right now, not in a Royal Rumble.
Yeah, facts.
Especially the big moments he created last year's Royal Rumble, like Brock Lesnar and whatnot. That was big for him, and for him not to be in this one was kind of disappointing. But yeah, with Edge coming back again, it's a situation where it's not needed. I would honestly, I'd have rather seen John Cena come back and get that WrestleMania title shot and then beat Flair's record at WrestleMania. That's what I'd have rather seen. But
that'd have been dope. It would have been purpose to it. It'd have been something behind it, which made sense.
Exactly. But I was hoping Daniel Bryan won, to be honest with you, because they kept building it like you know, it's the only thing he hasn't done yet. You know what I'm saying? Is win the Rumble. So I was like, maybe it could be all right. And him versus Roman could be dope at Mania too, if they build it, you know, build it up the right way.
Yeah, I felt like those were my pick. I picked Daniel Bryan or Edge to win. I felt like if they had Edge come back, I felt like he was going to win. If Randy Orton wasn't tied up in the Fiend stuff, I would have thought that, all right, he's coming back because he wants to fight Randy at WrestleMania or whatever. They're going to close that out. But that didn't happen. But the thing with this now is like Edge won, but now who do you have Edge face? Like, what do you think makes more sense? Would it be more sense Roman or more sense Drew McIntyre?
And honestly, with that too, that's another thing. It doesn't make sense for Edge to fight either one of these people right now. Like, no sense. True. But I feel like, I mean, we still got Elimination Chamber before Mania. I guess that's what they're doing this year. But the title could change hands between now and WrestleMania. So maybe somebody else will get it. It makes more sense for Edge to wrestle him. But if I had to choose which one I'd like to see him fight, it would probably be Roman, because I'm not a fan of Drew's title reign, to be honest with you. It's just kind of meh. You
know, the thing with Drew, I feel like they're kind of giving him, they're trying to stack up like oh, he beat these guys. So they gave him Brock, they gave him Goldberg to add to his list of people he beat. Randy Orton was in there, he beat him 100 times. So now it's like, I don't know. I feel like it could be Edge and it'd be like, oh, he beat Edge. And it's kind of like, oh, Edge is putting him over type thing. You know what I mean? But I would rather see Edge and Roman though.
It makes me feel like we're getting Roman Reigns 2.0. It's like you're force feeding us Drew McIntyre right now and making him like he's unstoppable. We don't need it. Like, we know it's Drew McIntyre. He's part of the 3-man band. Treat Jinder Mahal that same way. Make Jinder Mahal unstoppable. Bring Heath back, damn it. Yeah. Let Heath come back and win that championship and be unstoppable.
Facts. That's another dude, man. You see Heath that dude got type brolic, man.
Yeah, bro. He's swelling up, bro, for real.
It's like everybody leave WWE and they just get muscles all of a sudden. It's crazy.
And come back and win the championship.
They come back and win the championship. All right, so women's Royal Rumble, you know, great moment. You know, way to start off Black History Month. Everybody's saying that seems to be the catchphrase around it. Bianca Belair winning the women's Royal Rumble. Yeah. How you feel about that? I know
that was incredible.
Man. What about you?
That was incredible, man. Like I literally lost my mind in here sitting on the couch watching, because right before the Rumble, I actually watched her Chronicle. And like the Chronicle, you know, she letting into her life and let you know, like, she went through a lot as far as depression and suicide attempts and stuff like that. And to end up main event in WrestleMania, you know, that's something she's been working towards and she's actually achieving it is dope. It's super dope. It gave me the vibes of, like, not necessarily the exact same vibes, but gave me the vibes when Kofi won the title at WrestleMania. You know, it's big for Black people. It's dope. Little Black girl can turn on TV and see this and be like, I can do that one day. You know what I'm saying? And I love that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely. This seems to be the year of the Black woman for sure. Thanks. So that's just
happy to see Naomi come back too. That was dope. I was happy to see that. It was super dope that it came down to Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley too. I was happy to see that too, because that's two new faces. So we weren't getting the same people at WrestleMania regardless because of those final two.
Yeah.
When they eliminated Charlotte, I cheered. I like Charlotte, but I cheered because I didn't want to see her.
I like Charlotte too. A lot of hate on Charlotte, but I mess with her. Yeah. But I kind of like kind of like the three that it came down to. That it came down to Charlotte, Rhea, and Bianca. And it was kind of like Bianca, like you two had it last year, so it's kind of like I'm breaking through now. And I'm eliminating y'all two, and now it's my year. So I thought that was dope too.
Super dope, super dope. And you can see that Vince already sees dollars in Bianca Belair anyway, because they're branding that EST. She puts the EST in WrestleMania thing. I can already see the T-shirts. I see it all. It's coming. I know it's coming.
No, definitely. Crazy thing. Kind of what slipped my mind when we were talking about the Men's Royal Rumble and Keith Lee. I love Keith Lee. I think he's great. I feel like Vince don't believe in him though. Like he don't think
gotta be what it is. Because I mean,
think that's what it is.
He was incredible at NXT. Like every single thing he did, even when he filled in the space for the Survivor Series 2019 when NXT was part of it and whatnot. Moment, like I said, they call him a moment maker. It's true. He makes moments literally every event he's at, every big event, every takeover, at the Royal Rumble, at Survivor Series. He makes moments. Yep. He's a star, certified. And I don't like the fact that he comes to the main roster and Vince is like benching him. it's crazy.
He's like he's killing him. He's putting him in these weird situations. Got him putting on T-shirts and all this other bullshit. It's like, bro, just let the man be. It's like,
let him do his thing. Let him keep doing what got him there in the first place.
Facts.
What's wrong with that?
Don't start changing stuff, man. It's like, come on, bro. So it is what it is. But something that I'm also interested in that I saw you do, that you have Make Waves Entertainment.
Man.
Kind of tell us what's that about and what you're doing. I know you did relaunch this year. What's the brand about and what are you doing with that?
So Make Waves Entertainment, something I started in 2012. I'm from a small town, New Bern, North Carolina. Every time I tell somebody, y'all say I'm from New Bern, they're like, where is that? And I'm like, it's near Fayetteville. It's 2 hours from Fayetteville or an hour from Greenville. Okay. I got to give them the nearest city, the major city next to them. But, and my goal was like, you know what? We don't get concerts out here. We don't get shows. The artists from out here don't get any type of promotion. I want to do something to help push these artists to everywhere else. Because I was already known from DJing and whatnot. Like I was DJing since I was 14. I've been up and down, North and South Carolina, Virginia, and whatnot, doing shows like that. And I'm like, let me help other people build their brands from my way so they can get the type of recognition that I get everywhere else. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type of person where I move off love. Like if I see somebody needs help and they're trying to reach a goal but can't quite get it and I can do something to help them, then I'll do it. No questions asked. I'm not going to charge you. I'm not going to do none of that. I want to see you win, and I hope you want to see me win. That's the type of person I am.
Yeah, fact.
But so I reached out to a few people from my area that I saw doing music, but couldn't quite get over the hump and couldn't quite, get elsewhere outside the city. So I was like, boom, come with me. We're going to do this real quick. I started doing concerts and bringing major artists to my city. Who did we bring that? Man, we brought so many people down. It's a list. it's a long list. We've done shows with Lil Bootsy. We've done shows with Plies, Young Dro, OT Genesis, a lot, Lil Scrappy, and built relationships with these people. So they've never heard of New Bern in their lives, but when they come down here, they go back saying, "Yo, New Bern was lit." You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And that was my goal. But honestly, I just started kind of losing passion for what I was doing. A few people turned their backs on me. I started losing money in certain situations. And I was like, you know what? I need to take a step back and reevaluate what the hell I'm doing. And I started kind of just evaluating everything and watching how other people move and how the music business is changing and whatnot. And the promotion game is changing. So I took a couple years off, got refocused, got my passion back. And it's like, 2021, let's get it. Let's do it. It's the year. Right now, I'm focusing on two main artists, my artist Super Chuli and my artist Jules NWA. both from around my hometown, which right now Jules lives out in the Raleigh-Durham area, and Super, he lives out here in our area still. And my brother DJ Bird, he's a producer. He makes beats and whatnot. But right now I'm focusing on them two and pushing them to the moon and helping them get out there. That's my goal right now. And of course, again, I'm back to doing concerts and shows and whatnot. First one coming in March. I can't talk about it yet because the contracts ain't signed, but March we got something going on for sure.
Perfect. Nah, that's dope, man. I like that too. That's kind of how I got into this is, when I first started, I used to, out in Jersey, I went to Rutgers University, and I used to do a radio there with, one of my colleagues, and our show was kind of like, getting talent in, New Jersey area that wouldn't probably get a break, wouldn't probably be on the radio or interviews or anything like that. So, I definitely respect that. And, I kind of kept it going with this and led it into wrestling and trying to get wrestlers on that probably won't get shine and rappers and artists. So I kind of did that. So I respect that for sure from you, man. Definitely.
And that's my thing. Like I started this whole thing last year. Well, last year I got in my mind, I want to relaunch. I just had to figure out how. 2020, COVID made us sit our asses down for a little while and reevaluate some things. And, when we took that break, I was like, because I work for, I'm not going to say the company name, but I work for a retailer, a popular retailer or whatever. But I was like, I don't want to work for these people for too much longer. I done gave them a little over 10 years of my life. I want to work for myself. I'm tired of answering to other people. I want people to come have to answer to me. True. You know what I'm saying?
True,
But yeah, and it's like, what am I going to do? So I started jumping in many lanes with the battle rap blogging. Shout out Debo and Cola and Reese Bars and Brunch. I stream now. I'm a game streaming and all that good stuff. Produce a couple podcasts with my bros. It's like I said, I just started trying to create other avenues, you know what I'm saying, along with what everything else that I got going on. But
I feel you on that. I feel you. And you talk about the battle rap. How did you like what piqued your interest when with battle rap, and how did you get involved in it? And the whole you talked about Bars and Brunch too as well. How did the Bars and Brunch thing start as well?
It's crazy because I want to say like it was some type of I hustled my way to get here and all that stuff, but it was a freak accident how I got involved with URL, bro. It was completely random. So my brother, again, DJ Bird, we hang out all the time. You hear me mention him a lot when we do stuff, but he's the one that got me back into I used to watch here and there, Verb versus Hitman, and of course Lux versus Cal, the big ones. I used to watch the big events, but my brother's like into battle rap, like into battle rap. And he was like, yo, they got this event in Atlanta, Resolution coming up, Goods battling Cassidy. And I was like, man, I really don't want to see Cassidy battle rap, but if you want some company, I'll come along. So we get down to Atlanta. For one, at the spot it was at Mansion Elon in Atlanta. The line went from the front of the building down the street and around the corner. And I'm like, bro, wow, this is insane. I said, we bought tickets online already. We got to wait in this line. So we stood in line for like an hour first and foremost. Then we walked up front just to see if there was a skip line for people that had tickets already. I see my sister's ex-husband at the front. This is random. Like, he's from North Carolina. Like, what is he doing down here? Is he part of the show? He's up there the one scanning tickets and whatnot. And I was like, why is he scanning tickets? Does he work for the club or what's going on? Come to find out, I don't know if you heard of P from URL, but P runs damn near everything behind the scenes of URL.
Oh, wow.
And he's like, yo, I didn't know y'all here. Come on in. Y'all didn't need tickets. Gave us VIP band, stage passes, and all this and that. So this is my first battle rap event. And I'm like, yo, this is wild. what? I'm glad I came. So we hanging out on stage. I don't know Tay Rock from nobody else other than seeing him on YouTube. He walks up to me, dap me up, like, yo, what's good, bro? I'm like, hey, Tay Rock. It was weird to me because I'm like, I see these people on TV and YouTube and all that all the time, but they acting like family right now, and this is dope. So fast forward, we get through the event, and in the night, I'm talking to P like, yo, I didn't know you was doing all this. I didn't know you had nothing to do with URL and all that. He introduces me to Smack. It's like, Smack, this is my family back from North Carolina, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, yo, if y'all need a DJ, if Don DeMarco retire anytime soon, I'm around. Just holler at me. Yeah. I get a call 3 days later. P's like, yo, we got this Band Legacy 2 event in Virginia. Can you make it? So you damn right I can make it.
Yeah, facts.
So I randomly run into P at Resolution. He calls me 2 days later, like, yo, pull up to, DJ the whole weekend for us. We got everything taken care of for you. It's lit. So yeah, I did Band Legacy 2, Band Legacy 3 weekend. I did Royalty for Debo. That's where me and Debo ran into each other at. I did Royalty in Atlanta for the first, not Royalty, Resolution, not Genesis, the first event for Caffeine. I did that event. That's where I met all the Caffeine staff and all that out there. And that's crazy. That's how I got involved. Complete randomness is how I got involved with battle rap.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. But and then how did you partner up, and how did you guys get the bars and brunch thing going with you, RX and Debo? How did that start?
So pandemic hit, and they had to cancel a bunch of the battle rap events. So I was hurt because I was like, yo, I'm just now getting my groove in. We traveling with Caffeine and Drake co-signed this. I need all these events. What's going on? Yeah. And they were like, we had to cancel all these and no more in-person events. They was doing the quarantine battles at the time, like on camera, webcams, like we're doing.
Yep.
Debo hit me. He was like, yo, I know we can't do no more events and stuff at the moment and have crowds and all that, but I want to work on a radio show. And I need you to DJ. Bars and Brunch started off something completely different than what it ended up being. He's like, I want to want you to DJ for me, you know what I'm saying, whatever for the show. And we're going to have a female guest host. And I got my boy Cola. He introduced me to Cola and whatnot. And I'm like, yo, this dude is wild. Cola's a wild boy. But we started out with a different female co-host. Some things didn't work out with her a whole lot. Debo literally called Reese or FaceTime Reese with all of us on the FaceTime with him. It was like, hey, you want to do a show with us? She's like, yeah, of course, Debo, I got you. That's how Reese got on. And it just clicked from there. It was a bunch of trial and error. We finally got it working how we wanted to do it. It originally was supposed to be me DJing live through the show and whatnot too, but it ended up turning into more of pre-recorded, episodes instead of live episodes and whatnot. But yeah, like I said, this is dope. Debo, like I said, he ran into me at Royalty. He like how I did my thing out there and whatnot. And he was like, they was rocking with you. I want to work with you some more. And he mentioned it at Royalty, but we never, linked up or nothing. But then I seen him at Genesis in Georgia, and he remembered me. We was talking, we were chopping it up, and it went from there pretty much. When the world shut down, the ideas start coming in. Debo said he wanted to do a radio show. I'm all in. Just let me know. Because I wanted to keep my in the URL family and whatnot too, because I didn't want to, since they wasn't doing live events and I couldn't come DJ and whatnot anymore, I still wanted to be part of that because I enjoy that vibe in the building and whatnot anyway. So that's why I was like, yeah, hell yeah, let's do it. Bars and Brunch.
Yeah, that's dope, man. It's cool that because I'm big into battle rap too. I love battle rap, and I'm happy that they're kind of like there's people in the room type thing. And, I can't wait until it's back to, the way it's supposed to be with, fans, they're going nuts and all that stuff. I can't wait to get back to that.
I'll say this too. Big shout out to URL, the whole staff and whatnot too, for keeping us entertained during all this stuff. While this stuff's going on, they found a way to make it happen. And they're doing it the right way, the safe way, making everybody test before the battles and keeping the room clear. You know what I'm saying? If you in that room, you've been tested. You know what I'm saying? They're not taking it as a joke. They're not taking this COVID thing as a joke. So shout the URL for that too.
Yeah, that's dope too. And kind of like the same way. Like I've been into battle rap, but it's like over this past since COVID started, that's what really got me more involved in it. Then I start seeing all these guys. I'm like, oh snap. Like Geechee Gotti's, and I'm going backtracking everything he did. It's it's crazy. So I'm like, I think the pandemic like helped out URL because
it really did, man.
Came back. Yeah.
For another reason is because you're getting to see a lot of people on that stage that you wouldn't normally see, like the Ultimate Madness tournaments and whatnot. that created so many new
Yeah.
stars with Kid Chaos and Lou Castro and Jada
Yep.
Nightwing.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And now look, we just seen, in my opinion, we just seen Jay beat Twerk. But you get this, you wouldn't have seen that matchup before if it wasn't for COVID, honestly. If it wasn't for them having to reevaluate what they're doing and do that Ultimate Madness tournament again, we probably wouldn't have seen these people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So for, you just said, you thought Jay beat Twerk. That was Volume 7, which just happened a couple weeks ago now, I think we're at. That was a pretty solid event. I enjoyed that, that event from top to bottom. We can talk about that one. I'll tell you right now, I'm always hard on Twerk because I'm from Jersey. Okay. He's from Jersey, and I expect so much better from him.
Oh,
and
yeah.
And it's like, I know he could be great, and sometimes I know like he's underprepared or whatever you want to call it. And it always makes me so mad. Nothing a dude from Jersey hates to hear is a rapper from Jersey say Jersey to end early. That's what we hate the most, bro. So they be pissing us off when it happens. But I'll tell you what, I feel like I edged it 2-1 to Jay as well. What was it that made you give it to Jay?
I feel like it wasn't a clean win either. I feel like it was an edge. I edged the first round to Jay. I gave the second round to Twerk, and then obviously Twerk didn't have a full third round, so we're giving that to Jay. Twerk was fire. Don't get me wrong. His first and second was crazy, but he was a lot of filler in it too. The punches hit hard, but it was a lot of filler and a lot of setups, like the PEMDAS bar. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, the order operator. Word, Twerk. Yeah. You wrote that down, my boy. but nah, Jay was just saying like a lot of his stuff was real intricate. You know what I'm saying? Like even your enemies are trash. Shit like that. I was like, oh my God, this dude is just insane with it. But yeah, I just felt like Jay had more, and Jay was more prepared, obviously, for this battle than Twerk was. But it was so good to see Twerk back in that ring and doing classic Twerk shit.
Facts.
I like the fact that angle Jay had about, we want that old Twerk back, so we want the purse snatcher back. That was fire. I feel like he was talking to him, like he was really talking to him, like, get back in your bag, Twerk. Stop with the dumb shit. Get back in your bag. But
I feel him on that, man. Because so a lot of times I'm like, I like Twerk, and I'm like, yo, this guy, when he like gets focused and he lasers in, like his pen is like amazing.
He's incredible.
It's amazing. And then sometimes I feel like he's so good that he thinks he can, like, he doesn't really have to fully go in because he's so good. He's like, I'm gonna be straight anyway. Like I'm good. And
I get that vibe. Come
on, just prepared.
I get that vibe. It's like, I'm Twerk. I ain't got to give my all. I do get that vibe sometimes. But no, we need it. We need 100% from Twerk. We need it for sure.
Yeah, for sure. What did you get to catch DNA, the new DNA?
The new DNA.
Did you get to see that?
I actually just watched that one a couple of days ago. Like yesterday, actually. Yesterday morning, I was watching them while I was at work. Av was great that battle, but DNA was just he was upstairs. DNA was up here for that battle for sure. That second and third from DNA was just incredible. It was just greatly crafted rounds, man. And Av got emotional that third. We seen it.
Yeah.
Av got emotional. Yeah. That right there is like, all right, DNA won. I'll give Av the first round. I say Av edged the first round, but the last two, DNA left Earth. And then nothing Av could do with it, man. Shout out to Av.
DNA was going in for sure. I'll ask you something, because I feel like ever since, battle rap has kind of changed. Just like we said with the pandemic, it's forced, smaller room battles and stuff like that. And I feel like in the smaller rooms, you kind of like you gotta your pen has to be more elevated than it normally is. And I don't want to say people like Tay-Rock are suffering, but I think we could see, like, in when he battled Mook, it was like the gun bars really aren't going to do it. You got to come with something more than that. But you see DNA, he changed his whole style now. And he's not talking about the guns or none of that. Do you think this DNA could have been successful if this was 2 years ago? You think he would have been able to survive the way he's rapping now?
I don't think so. Be quite honest with you. The reason being is, again, the pandemic changed battle rap so much. People with the pens like Kid Chaos or Real Sick or B Dot, and Chilla, they can thrive in this era because you don't have to stop every 2 bars for the crowd response and whatnot. People like Twerk and a few other people, you can tell they miss the crowds because it's like they wait for a reaction.
True.
I feel like if Jay and Twerk would have did like Rock and Verb did and battle with nobody else in the room, I don't think it would have been a question that it was J21 because the gas station was open during that battle. Let's be real about
it. It's always open. It's always open.
But
yeah, so you think you think we're gonna see DNA taking on Lux? You think that's what everybody loves to challenge Lux? Like,
I get it.
You next, Lux. I want you.
Because to blend the whole battle rap and wrestling thing, that's like challenging Undertaker at WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? Because it's Lux. Lux is that guy in battle rap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they feel like if I can get in the ring and spar with God, so to speak, that'll step their game up if they win or lose.
True.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like the only person that really didn't benefit from a Lux battle is Surf. Because Surf just it seemed like he didn't care about that battle, to be honest with you. So, and everybody looked at him like, come on, Surf. We waited 8 months for this, and this is what we got from you. But it seemed like everybody else that battled Lux is like elevated a bit. You know what I'm saying? Verb elevated a lot after that Lux battle, even though I feel like he lost. You know what I mean? But now Verb's on him.
Facts.
We'll talk about that in a minute, though. Verb, I feel like Verb is on a decline, but we'll talk about that.
Oh man. So what about did you get to see Shine and Chilla?
Yeah, I did get to see that, and Chilla deserves Champion of the Year. He deserved that
Champion
title.
Of the Year, yeah.
Because K-Shine obviously. No, you go ahead.
It's basically. I felt like kind of like this match. Because I felt like Shine was killing it up until this match. And I felt like kind of this was like the Champion of the Year matchup. You know what I mean? That's what I thought, in my opinion, at least. And it's like, I felt like, I'll be honest. I'll tell you, I think Chilla won 3-0. That's what I thought.
Yeah, for sure. I mean? That's what I got. I got an easy 30 for Chilla, for sure. Like you said, I feel like Shine was definitely on a kill streak. Shine has like bodied everybody in front of him for the last few months, and that's impressive as hell. But Chilla was just with that whole rebuttal about getting comfortable wearing a wire and all that. Like, come on, man, that was next level shit right there. That was wild.
Yeah.
But
you see, I like Shine, right? I like him. He's one of my favorite battle rappers, like, of all time. Yeah. But I know with Shine, I have to listen to him differently because I know they love to gas Shine too.
For sure.
They will.
For sure.
All the time. So I know I can't take every ooh, for credit. You got to listen to it differently. And I think that was happening during that battle too. But it was like, I was really hearing Chilla and I was like, yo, nah, Chilla is killing him right now.
And I'll say this, if you look at Shine's performance at Volume 6 versus Pat Stay wasn't prepared, clearly. And I feel like Shine skated past that battle because he wasn't really that impressive in that battle either, honestly.
True.
I feel like if Pat Stay would have came prepared, Shine could have lost that battle. But with that performance he gave versus Pat Stay, then how they're going to say he versus Chilla next, I called it Chilla immediately because I knew what it was going to be. Yeah. Shine needed some time off. Shine needs a couple events off to get back to that Shine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's definitely a fact. What about Arsenal and Danny Myers? I expected that to be super aggressive.
I did too.
But
I did too.
I'll tell you, I had Danny winning it 2-1. I know people hate Danny. I don't understand why people hate Danny, but I had Danny winning 2-1 on that one.
You know what? I called it when going into it. I said it was going to be Arsenal 2-1 because Danny, I feel like, takes too many battles. And I was like, there's no way coming after it's 3 battles in less than 2 months on major platforms.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way he can pull this off against Arsenal, because Arsenal has been wild in his last couple battles too. Him versus Official was an Arsenal I ain't seen in a long time. In a long time. Yep. And then he smoked Jerry West. He 30 Jerry West easily. He showed him his levels to it. So I was going into this Danny battle. I was like, yeah, Arsenal finna cook. That ain't how it worked out though. that ain't how it turned out. Danny came in and showed and proved why he needs to be in that conversation. He needs to be in that conversation. He earned it. He really did.
He does, man. And I'll say, Danny, I think he's one of the, the most intricate like spitters, but I think that, I don't know, there's like this internal hate for Danny Myers.
It is, man. Just hate him. It's insane to me. I really don't understand it. I get maybe the oversaturation part, because maybe we don't want to see him every single event, because it takes away the, what's the word? I can't think of the word for it, but it takes away the feeling, I guess, of seeing like it's a special appearance. Appeal. Yeah, it takes away the appeal. Yeah. But I ran into Danny Myers at Band Legacy 3 when he battled O-Red. And the way, just watching him watching him watch the other battles and whatnot, like he's invested into battle rap, period. Like he loves this sport, you know what I'm saying? And he has a passion for it. And that's why he takes these battles and challenges himself to craft these type of rounds in 2 weeks prep. You know what I mean? Somebody like Danny Myers, I feel like didn't need to be, it's 25 grand on the line. Maybe he didn't need to be, but he didn't need to be in Ultimate Madness. I feel like that's almost the equivalent of somebody like Rum Nitty being in Ultimate Madness. I feel like, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, true. I feel you. So you said Verb was going on a decline.
Man,
he took on Tay-Rock. So I'm assuming you had Rock winning this battle.
You know what?
What's going on with Verb?
I give it to Rock, but honestly, that battle was the worst battle of the night, in my opinion. It just wasn't. Everybody else came with that shit, bro. Like, but this was just like Tay-Rock versus A. On paper, it sounds incredible, but the battle itself was just like shit we've seen before, and it just wasn't that good to me. But Verb just be saying a bunch of nothing these days, man. In all honesty, to me, I am a rooster. Call Lux a kumquat. Like, come on, man. What are you talking about? Verb? You're just trying to fit as many rhyming words you can in there and not really saying nothing. And then Rock is just, I'm gonna shoot you. Like, can we give something else? Can we do something else? And Rock challenged Official for this Kings versus Queens 2. Rock got Official for that. He challenged Official to a round with 0 gun bars. And I want to see that from Rock. I'm excited to see what he's going to do with that. Because I know he can. I know he can do this shit without gun bars and without, drugs and shooting every single round. But I want to see what he's going to do with it. Because I know he can do it, and I know it's going to be good. So I'm excited for that battle.
Yeah, I feel like, battle rap is kind of taking a turn. It's like, because it's like, the gun bars is like, we know is entertainment. And I think it's more of the level now that people are like, they're looking for realism. So it's like, bro, like DNA is like, bro, we none of us thought DNA was shooting anybody.
Nobody.
You know what I mean?
Not a soul.
So now it's like when you're saying, oh, I'm doing this, I'm gonna shoot you in the head, and this, everybody's like, bro, we know that's not realistic. There's some people that can get away with it, like Geechee kind of built that aura around him, like, yo, he's a real dude. Fact. But I think also at the same time, I think it's hurting people like Geechee too, because now people are starting to listen, and then their opponents are playing in on that, like, bro, you don't even do this stuff, and you're rapping about it. So I think rap is going to have to change in general, man.
And the thing about it is, okay, everybody does gun bars, obviously, but what can you do to make it different? Like Chilla does gun bars. I don't see Chilla out here shooting nobody up and nothing like that. But the way he says that shit is just so entertaining. It's so different the way everybody else says it. It makes it good. I can just saying, I put 2 in your head every other bar is like, all right, what else? What else you gonna do? How you gonna put 2 in my head? Tell me, explain it to me.
Oh man. Somebody like Geechee too. I feel like Geechee, Rum, and Danny. Them three, I feel like they need to take time off. I feel like they're taking too many battles, and they're too good of rappers to just be taking battles all the time. I feel
agree.
like they need to, build up their, their stock and stuff like that.
For sure. For sure.
Besides them, you think there's anybody else out there that kind of like needs to take time off, or people we need to see more of?
I would like to see more Lou Castro, for sure.
True.
Like that's the main person I'd like to see more of in that ring. Real Sick is fire. Him and Chilla was a classic in my opinion.
Yeah, that was dope.
And for that conversation to be had with someone who just won Champion of the Year, and you put on a classic with him, he needs to elevate. He should be elevating. T-Top is probably one of my favorites right now. I don't think he needs a break. I want to see him against more, bigger names and whatnot too.
True.
Who else do I want to see less of? Honestly, right now I want to see. We're not getting him every single event, but I do want to see less of Charlie Clips because I love Clips. I love Clips. Don't get me wrong. I love Clips, but his last couple of battles haven't been it for me. And it's clear. It's just like wilding out's off air. Let me go get this smack bag real quick, so I can keep the lights on and whatnot. But I don't want that. If you're gonna come back how you supposed to come back. You know what I mean? Don't come half-assed.
And Clips too, yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. He just show up, man. He'll have one round and he'll freestyle the other two.
Exactly. Like, come on, man.
Come on, Clips, man. We know you can do better than that.
Give them people their money's worth.
Facts. What you think about Conceited and him coming back and who he should take on?
You know what? I was talking about this with a homie the other day, man. I do want to see Conceited versus Rum. I do want to see that battle because I feel like that it would just be that's one of the battles I would like to see with a crowd though, because that battle will be 2 hours long because the crowd reaction. I feel like,
Facts.
But it's a situation where it's like, but don't come back just because you need a check because Wild Out off the air. Which I know Conceited got other adventures and TV shows and stuff going on. So I know he don't need to, I'm not pocket watching nothing like that. But if you're gonna come back, give it 100%. Don't cheat the fans. Don't cheat Smack and Bees or Caffeine or whoever. Come back at your 100%. Don't just show up for a bag.
Yeah, facts. You think that Conceited that we know, because we don't know if Conceited has changed his style or evolved to a different type of style. Do you think that Conceited we know can survive in battle rap today? Not
with some of these people we got now. Because honestly, I could see somebody like Kid Chaos washing Conceited. I could see it in this era, in this setting we in right now. I could really see that. It's hard to keep up with some niggas giving you, punch after punch after punch after haymaker after haymaker to set up punch, set up punch. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be tough for him to survive. I feel like he's gonna have to change his style up in this era. If he doesn't, you might see a long day when he step back on that stage.
He might, man. I'll tell you what though, man. I can't wait to hear him back out there and he drop a verse and then slow it down. That was like the most mind-blowing things. I'm like listening to him, I'm like, yo, all right. And then he like slow it down. Then he say it again. I'm like, what the fuck?
That is
like,
crazy, man.
Come up with that, man.
And just stuff like that, stuff like some of the stuff Rum Nitty be saying, the souvenirs and shit like that. It's like, how do you think of this, bro? Like, what in the hell? What possesses you to come up with this in your mind to write it down in rhyme format at that? Come on, man.
Crazy. So I'll ask you. I'll ask you this about wrestling too. Well, I'll a double question right now. So in wrestling and in battle rap, let's say if you could change anything that you don't like about it, what would be the things that you would change in both realms?
Let's see. What would I change in wrestling? I would love to change.
There's a whole list of things.
There really is. But I would like to change the narrative as far as competition goes. And I wish you could see stuff like AEW and WWE doing cross-branded pay-per-views and whatnot. I would love that, man. See, finally see like Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks versus New Day or something like that. You know what I mean?
True.
To see John Moxley versus Roman Reigns, their heel Roman Reigns, you know, something like that. That would be dope. I would love that. I would love that that cross branded stuff to go down. That would be fire. As far as battle rap, I just want to stop seeing the same people over and over, because same thing with WWE. It's a lot of new guys that deserve these shots and show that they deserve these shots, and putting up them numbers on the app and whatnot that I feel like could get more plates. Riggs, one of them. Riggs is incredible. He is fire. He's undefeated on the app, if I'm not mistaken. Give him more plays. You know, he just beat JC. To me, in my opinion, he beat, the app says too, he beat JC. And JC's a big name in battle rap, you know. Nice. Again, Lou Castro he lost Ultimate Madness 1, but he had great performances each round in Ultimate Madness. So we should see more of him. Drugs is dope. I'm happy to see him getting more shots. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And something they started on the app too that I'd like to see more of, the URL app. It's not called Chronicle. What is it called? Levels, where they follow them around and give you an insight on who they are, you know, instead of just seeing them.
Yep.
Those type of things are dope, because people, and the funny thing about battle rap and seeing that, because again, I'm a promoter, I do shows, I do concerts, and I see things from those eyes most of the time at most events. I'm looking at ways how these people can cash out, basically. These battle rappers don't really understand how big they are and how much weight their names carry. True. Twerk, for example, you know, you're getting cosigns from Chris Brown and Drake is donating money to your GoFundMe to help you see you get better and whatnot. Use that. If you drop the project, you know, you should have, you know, you got to market that shit instead of just dropping projects and say, hey, go listen to my shit. You got to market and brand all that. You got to market and brand yourself. You know what I'm saying? You could be seen as a mega star, not just in battle rap, but like in the music industry in general, with the proper marketing and promotion. And with them having them co-signs with somebody like Chris Brown or Drake, he could really go to the moon with it, man. But they just walk around the events, you know, smoking and eating chicken wings and hanging out, just, you know, not acting like who they are. You know, I can't explain what I'm saying right now, but you know, you walk outside. I walked outside with him went outside to smoke and whatnot, and a fan just come running up like, yo, you know who you are? Yo, you are Twerk. You know, that type of shit. And it's like, bro, like, I'm looking like, yo, capitalize on that shit. That's how a lot of people view you around the world. You know what I'm saying? But I would like to see them take stuff serious outside of battle rap, work on their music career. A lot of their music ain't mixed, mastered properly. Go do that. Go get that done. Same thing with Tay-Rock. The cover art be kind of, go get some professional cover art. Stop getting your homie around the block to do it. You know what I'm saying? Right. Take it seriously. I would love to see them take that shit seriously.
I know exactly what you mean too. Yeah. And you know, you could get that vibe too. It's like, you know, you see like they got all these fans and you see the Instagram, you know, 300,000 followers and this and that. And then same way, it's kind of like what you said, like you see the products or the things they're doing and you're like, bro, like you can do way better than that. Like you're like, you are a big name. Like you could do way better. And you know, somebody that I kind of, I like that's kind of like doing what you said. I like Surf. I think Surf does a lot of good
Surf
stuff.
Is great at marketing himself for sure.
He's great at that. And I like what Geechee's doing too. He has the podcast going on YouTube, which I actually enjoy watching. It's actually good production.
Sure. It's a good show.
And the clothing and stuff like that. So I like when dudes are doing stuff like that. Arsenal is another one too as well. So I'm like these guys gotta see like, battle rap is dope, but there's like so much more you could do beyond it, and you could be killing, set yourself up for life, man.
Bro, the same way with like The Rock joining WWE and using it to kickstart his movie career. Same as Batista. Like it's great to start like show love to where you from, what you doing, where you at, but use that to move, you know, forward, keep progressing. You can come back and do a battle here and there, just like Hitman and Clips and Wildin' Out and all that stuff. You do a battle from time to time, show love from where you come from, never forget where you came from, but it's okay to go do other stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, you talked about kind of like cross branding between like wrestling companies and stuff like that. You know, one thing I never really understood is that I know a lot of these guys, besides WWE, a lot of these other guys actually do try to work with each other. But with these guys, it's like they're signed to contracts and they're not technically employees. So I never understand how they do this contract. It's like they're only working for this and they can't do anything. It's like, it's basically like a glorified independent wrestling.
Yeah.
Except for you guaranteeing like, hey, I'm going to give you money every week. You're getting a check. But it's like, I'm not providing you health insurance. I'm not giving you a 401k.
That's really
that just
wild.
sounds crazy. And then you're going to tell me I can't do Cameo. I can't do Twitch. I
that
can't
was
do nothing
really
to
crazy.
get more money.
And I feel because AJ Styles, he literally just shut his down like recently, like last week, I want to say, because he was, fighting the machine, fighting the system or whatever. But I feel like, again, you're an independent contractor. Technically, I just work for you on my own time, technically by contract standards or whatever. So how are you going to tell me what I do in my own time?
Exactly.
I feel like that was wrong, and it's just Vince wanting to capitalize off his. I guess I get it, because you signed this contract, so your name technically belongs to me, so you can't do this under that name. But why can't he go by his real name when he does it? He won't let him do it at all, and that's wild to me. That's wild.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy. And some of them dudes is like, AJ Styles was AJ Styles before he came to WWE. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's like people knew who he was. So it ain't like, all right, WWE probably elevated him, but it's like, this is my name. What do you mean?
Exactly.
Like,
it's crazy. But like them firing Zelina Vega, I get that, because like she was like, oh, you want me to stop my Twitch? Well, I'm gonna make an OnlyFans. It's like, oh, you want to be petty? I'm gonna let you. Stay safe.
Yeah. But it's crazy, man. That's one thing I think they got to change for sure, man.
Yeah, because I mean, again, that whole independent contractor thing is bullshit, just so they don't have to give them health insurance and coverage and stuff. I feel like that's messed up.
Yeah, that's wild. What about how do you feel about black representation in wrestling nowadays?
I feel like it took way too long to get there, but I feel like it started turning around after Kofi. After Kofi winning that title at WrestleMania, it started turning around a bit. A lot of the time I feel like it's patronizing, because they wait until Black History Month to do certain things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, you can do this in a April. You don't have to, you don't necessarily have to set up all the big Black people, the pushes in Black History Month. But yeah, people like Keith Lee, again, like, and the screen bright as hell. But yeah, people like Keith Lee, I'm happy to see him, thriving. Was thriving in his era. Bianca Belair, the Street Profits, again, the New Day, people like that, they're champions. They walk around with these titles on. Bobby Lashley's the United States champion. So it's great representation in WWE for Black people right now. But I feel like it feels patronizing sometimes. It took too much to happen in the world for them to see Black people as champions, I feel like.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like the whole, the George Floyd situation kind of like sparked, all of this. And then, them finally allowing like wrestlers to speak out on, these social issues and stuff like that. And the same thing, that's the same thing. I feel the same way when it comes to, Black History Month. It's like, it's cool, but at the same time, I hate when it's like you see some shows or whatever not like representing or supporting like Black wrestlers throughout the year. And then February comes and then every day they're posting a picture of a Black wrestler and this and that. It's like,
it's unnecessary,
come on, man.
We deserve that same treatment year round, man. Not just for 28 days of the year. Of 365 days, you're gonna give us 28 to show us love? Come on, man. Don't do
that. Facts, right? Facts. Something else you do, you were talking about the game, and I know you're a content creator for Eastern Media, GG as well. Kind of tell us about that, and kind of tell us how you got into the gaming.
Man, so I've been a gamer like my entire life anyway. Started old school Mario Brothers days. I just was fascinated by it. Like, I'm using this controller to control stuff on this screen. Like it was always mind blowing to me. And I've always been a tech savvy person anyway, but yeah, I'm hooked on Call of Duty. I'm a first person shooter fanatic, but Call of Duty specifically. And I literally put hours in it. And I was like, you know what? Why not start streaming? Like all I got to do is hit record or just hit a button, and the gameplay I'm playing, I could possibly make some money from it in the future. Yeah. And so that's why I started streaming. It was like, again, another avenue for income during this whole COVID era, another opportunity for me to potentially work for myself, doing something I want to do. You know what I mean? But as far as Eastern media goes, so my buddy, his name's Zim, Steven Zimmer. He's from around my way, from here in New Bern, and he's had Eastern Media for years. He used to ride dirt bikes back in the day and whatnot. And Eastern Media used to be a website that he dedicated to following dirt bike events around Eastern North Carolina. And then it transitioned to music, because me and him started working together on a lot of stuff. So he started helping manage artists with me and whatnot. And it's like he couldn't quite find his lane a whole lot. He didn't know exactly what he wanted to do, but he liked the Eastern Media name. So he got into streaming and content creating and whatnot, and he used the Eastern Media brand for that, and it blew up. Like it actually blew up. He ended up meeting with a bunch of investors out in the LA, and it really blew up after that. And it wasn't no, like, again, me and Zim, dude, he helped me drive to Pennsylvania to go pick up my daughter when my car broke down when I wanted to go get my daughter. So he's like a brother forever to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I appreciate him for not like making it easy on me to get into Eastern Media. He didn't just say, "Oh, you my boy, come pull up." Dude, I had to go through the application process, the interview process, the screenings, all that stuff. Like, he runs a legit business over there. And I told him, like, just because I'm your boy, don't make it easy on me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he saw a couple of my streams. They seen some of the clips I make from some of the gaming I do and whatnot. And he's like, "Yeah, let's do this. I want to bring you on." So yeah, I haven't been streaming lately. I've been working on the Make Waves relaunch and whatnot. But actually, I was talking with a couple of friends and whatnot. We're going to work on this little stream team together. Hopefully by March, we'll be able to start that up and have like a stream schedule every week. Again, like I said, I put an hour or two of Call of Duty in per day. It's my stress relief. It's how I wind down from work and whatnot. I can't go around shooting people in real life, so I do it in video games. That's my stress relief. My wife get on my nerves. I come right in here and jump on Call of Duty, bro. But I was like, if I'm putting an hour or two in per day, just doing nothing, why not just hit record and let other people watch me play it? I feel like I'm somewhat of an entertaining guy. I'm a personality or whatever. People tune in, they watch it. And the crazy thing is, my first stream, somebody donated $11. And I'm like, yo, somebody just paid me to do some shit I do for free. It is for free, and you gave me money because I'm doing it. I'm gonna keep doing this.
Yeah, why not, man? No, that's dope, man. I like that, man. You're looking at different avenues, and you're not limiting yourself to just one street to go down. And I try to do the same thing. It's very tiring. It is. You don't get a lot of sleep, but hey, at the end, it's going to pay off for us, right?
No, I got to the point where, again, it's like I'm giving anywhere from 8 to 12 hours a day to this retailer, and this 9 to 5. I need to give myself that same time for what I want to do. So I'm at the point where I want to make money and make a living off of what I like doing instead of what I have to do. You know what I mean? So that's why I said I'm going back to DJing full time, going back to doing shows full time. I'm going to be streaming full time. It's just doing what I want to do, the stuff I like doing: music, video games, wrestling. Funny thing is, speaking of getting into wrestling, there's a local wrestling organization, Shockwave, out here in Eastern North Carolina, and I've been reaching out to them. I told them I want to make an appearance to do some type of management role for a short period of time or something. I just want in. Like I said, I'm a fan of wrestling. I want to be involved with it. Same way I'm a fan of video games. So let me stream. Let me try to video game professionally for a little while. I'm a fan of DJing and music. So let me get out here back in these clubs and do what I'm doing to pay my bills. So yeah, definitely, that's where I'm at with it.
Appreciate that. Yeah. Danny, man, yo, I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you
having me, man. For real.
Of course, man. This is a great episode, man. Very insightful, and you got very good opinions when it comes to all these different areas we talked about today. That. If fans want to connect with you, follow
Mm-hmm.
Make Waves Entertainment, all of that, how would they be able to do that?
You can hit me personally on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, everything, Xbox Live, all that is at I'm Danny Ocean. The letter I, the letter M, Danny Ocean, just like the water. Follow the brand at Make Waves ENT on Instagram, at Make Waves NC on Twitter. Like I said, if you're in the Eastern North Carolina area, which we're working on something to branch out a bit further up north and out west. But if you're in the East North Carolina area, just stay tuned. We got a lot of shows and stuff coming up that you'll be hearing a lot about here soon. Yeah, just please fuck with the movement, man. Make waves to drown. That's what it is, man. Facts. And Derek, man, I've been following you. I remember I scrolled past and I saw it was a picture. I can't remember what it was. It was a picture for some wrestling match. It was in the Explore page, actually. And I was like, yo. And I clicked it by accident, actually. But then I saw RapnWrestle, and I was like, hey, that's two things I like. Rap and wrestling. So I clicked it, and I seen it. And I like followed you immediately. I was like, yeah, this is my type of page right here, man. So please keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm always on your IG, just scrolling and looking through everything, man. You post a lot of knowledge, a lot of facts, and a lot of praise for both rap and wrestling. So keep doing what you're doing too, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that, man. Definitely appreciate that. You guys make sure you check out everything Danny's doing. Make sure you're following him and, definitely be a part of the movement. Like you said, you could definitely check out RapnWrestle, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Once again, at RapnWrestle. Make sure you subscribe, like, retweet, all that good stuff. Check us out on YouTube, on Apple Podcasts, anywhere you get all your streaming needs. And for this episode, it's Derek, it's DJ Danny Ocean, and we are out.